Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you part 10 of What If Naruto Got Special Training as a Child. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And don't forget to go ahead and check out Anime Prince, the new channel guys, and check it out and enjoy. I already post a few What If over there, and I post a new one this night, so go ahead and enjoy that guys. And also, remember to stay tuned for there's what is coming our way over on Anime King 3 and Anime King. Yes, I have 4 channels. It might sound crazy, but it is, guys. Well, it's not crazy, but it's real that I have 4 channels, and I post what if on them every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead, just destroy that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support, and yeah, without further ado, what needs to be jump right into this new episode starts. The intro, guys. So the last part we left off, it was the Chunin exams. As Naruto stood there waiting for his opportunity, him and the fox were going through some intensive conversation, as a lot was taking place between them. The fox was trying to make him realize and see that being a hero was not the right situation for him. As the fight started up, Kankuro decided to give up against Naruto. Even though the guy kind of hated him, Naruto was confused why would he just give up like that. Something doesn't really make sense. They were up to something as Naruto watched them spoke in silence, whispering amongst one another. Yes, something was definitely wrong. The fox also picked up on that as well. Sasuke then proceeded to face off against Temari. Temari was powerful in her own right in her village, but Sasuke was on a completely different level as she demolished her. Once that match came to an end, Sasuke made her way off as a break was given to them. As Naruto followed behind her, they got to talking and they shared their second kiss. As things got hot and heated between them, but she decided to deny the feelings. She had to focus on killing Itachi. She had to focus. She could not get caught up as she remembered what her father said all those years ago. However, Naruto lost as he started to get angry as he told her that he was done. That caused her to go on a rampage as well as she started to curse back at him as he cursed back at her as both of them kept on hurling insults towards one another as Naruto left. Leaving her, she dropped to the ground and started to cry. When Naruto arrived, something was different, as everyone could feel the odd presence. As Naruto was called to face off against Neji. Neji was all talks, but Naruto showed him that the two of them were in a different league as Naruto proceeded to beat the living crap out of him. Everyone watched as Naruto stomp on Neji and started to make him cry, and he was laughing as well. As sinister chakra overtook the area, as people wondered what the hell was that, as most were in fear. When Naruto got back to his seat after winning, Hinata came over towards him. Hayashi was upset that his daughter went over there, and he was seriously pissed off that she decided to take the demon side in the public eye view, knowing that it will have a bad reflection on him. However, for now, he couldn't really do anything as he watched, as Hinata told Naruto that she didn't see him as a demon at all, as she didn't see him as a monster, as she heard what people were saying, as Naruto was grateful for her. But the situation changed when Sasuke saw them talking to one another, as she got really jealous and pissed off even though she was the one who decided to end things between her and Naruto by saying that she didn't have time for this, saying that she couldn't be bothered with this. She went to face Gaara. She started to fight him with a fury that she never showed before because she was angry, as she was releasing her stress and her pain at the moment, attacking and lashing out at Gaara. Things got bad as she was able to make him bleed. However, doing that to Gaara made him snap as he started to scream out. The agony, the anguish, the pain. It turned him into a bloodthirsty monster. It was then that it happened. The invasion started, as Naruto got up confused by what was taking place. Then the feathers started to fall as Naruto turned, the genjutsu not really affecting him because of the fox chakra, pushing it out of his system. Immediately he was surrounded by several sand ninjas. Their Kazekage would want him dead, as Naruto told him to get the hell out of his way, but they refused to do so though. So he went through hand sign lava release. So yeah guys, basically that's what I thought. You guys can switch across the play check of yourself. Remember, if you're new, I need 4 channels: Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, and Anime King Prince, which I post what if on every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly. Every single day for you guys to enjoy. So 4 what ifs a day, sometimes 5 guys. So just sit back, relax, and yeah, enjoy. And don't forget guys to go ahead and turn on the bell notification to see exactly when I post, because sometimes YouTube is not letting my videos go out. So yeah, just turn on the bell notification so you can see exactly when I post. And remember, click that bell. So without further ado, what do you say we jump right into a new episode guys? Begin now. Lava release. Melting apparition technique. A fiery inferno launched from Naruto's mouth, incinerating all of his foes, as they all melted from the attack, giving Naruto a window to take off. As he glanced around looking for Sasuke, but he was stopped by Kakashi and Yamato. They have looks of desperation on their face, as Naruto looked towards them. Naruto, wait, listen. The Hokage needs your help right now. He's battling Orochimaru in some kind of barrier. What do you expect me to do about it? Said Naruto. I'm looking for Sasuke, he said. She'll be fine, trust me. Plus, I don't like the idea of you going around solo on the battlefield right now. Come regroup with the main attack force and back up the Hokage. We can go look for Sasuke later, said Kakashi. As Naruto relented, alright fine, he said. But I don't like the idea of her fighting that guy all by herself. Hey, wait a minute. Did you say Orochimaru is fighting Hokage? He's that snake guy who beat her in the first place. Come on, standing here discussing things won't save either one of them faster, said Yamato. Without another word, they moved towards the barrier, as Naruto noticed a person at each corner, sustaining said barrier. As the people looked rather relieved seeing him show up. Oh, it's the Fox Kid. Have him do something about the barrier. What exactly do you guys expect me to do, said Naruto. Use your lava and steam, Naruto. It might be enough to break through, said Yamato. As Naruto flipped onto the nearby roof as he flashed through hand sign before, he spewed a large amount of lava on top of the barrier. However, it had no effect. Immediately as he did that, a platoon of Jonin launched themselves towards him, seeing him as one of the biggest threats here. As the sand and sound Jonin came towards him, Naruto jumped back as he flashed through hand sign, wood style. Woodcutter technique, he said, as he launched projectiles of wood spikes from his arms, piercing through several foes. As Naruto channeled his chakra as the spikes started growing into trees. As the people were in awe as Naruto mocked on scene, even more powerful than Yamato's already. As Naruto flipped back towards the other rooftop, as he flashed through hand sign, boil release, he said, skill miss technique. As Naruto's steam came out, obliterating everything that stood in its path. As it surrounded the barrier, however, it still had no success in getting through. Screw this. I have to go and protect Sasuke, said Naruto. Screw that little bitch, said the Kyuubi. After everything she's done to you, after everything we discussed, you still want to go crawling back to her. She doesn't need your help, and she doesn't want it. If you want to break that goddamn barrier, you're gonna need my power. Fine, give me the power, said Naruto. As much as you can. You can't control it, but I can. Let me do it, the fox said. Fine, said Naruto. The only condition is, you have to save Sasuke as well. The fox roared in anger. Before it agreed, fine. As Naruto allowed himself to be enveloped by the red cloak, as he started to lose control, as the fox took over. As 4 tails formed behind him in an instant before a 5th tail started to emerge. Everyone in a close by distance was horrified by the sight, as the corrosive, malicious, deadly chakra started to emerge from Naruto, causing a widespread panic. What the hell is happening, said Kakashi. He's transforming. I see 5 tails, said Yamato. As a squadron of Anvu landed nearby, as the fox started to laugh. Trembling despair, mortals. I'm unleashed. What are you doing, Kyuubi, said Naruto. Setting you free, he said as he laughed. They all backed away as he started to charge a tail beast bomb, before he blasted towards the barrier, as the energy erased everything in its path, before hitting the barrier, as the barrier was turned to dust, and half the district behind it as well. The fox ran as it landed on the rooftop, right in front of the Hokage and Orochimaru. My, Orochimaru said. So you finally tame your weapons, Sensei. Well, luckily for me, I have weapons of my own. As Hiruzen turned his gaze towards Naruto. Naruto, is that you? Are you alright? He said. Oh, spare me, old man. The kid isn't able to speak to you right now. But for the record, he's known about me for years. And about your pathetic covers and lies. As Orochimaru used the opportunity to summon the coffins, Naruto listened to Hiruzen and said, I know you're in there. I'm sorry about keeping the truth away from you, but I did it to protect you. The Uzumaki clan is full of nothing but power-mad lunatics that worship the Bijus. Mito Uzumaki was a daughter of a powerful warlord. She founded that clan on the ideals of bloodshed and war, not peace or prosperity. The whole clan was raised on killing and destroying everything that got in their way. I didn't want that life for you, and I didn't want the Kyuubi to be your curse. The fourth seal of Kyuubi inside of you 13 years ago because he had no choice. Tell him I said that's a pathetic excuse, said Naruto. Tell him I said that's a pathetic excuse. He said you're full of shit, old man. Why don't you explain to him about his parents? Or maybe even the others? You fiend. Naruto, whatever that Kyuubi has told you, don't you believe it? It's a corruption of lie and wicked to the core. He's trying to turn you against Konoha. Think clearly for a moment, boy. It's true. I did order your clan annihilation, but I had no choice. The council overruled me. They said that Usu was gonna attack us to try and get Kushina back. Many of the surrounding Jonins were in distance to hear as they watched with an anxious look on their face. Orochimaru stood there silently with two coffins beside him, the sound for watching, as they waited for their master to give the command. Maybe I can use the Kyuubi against them, but just to be safe I have to get the 5 seals ready. Orochimaru thought to himself. So now you want to mention Kushina's name to me. Why don't you explain to him who she is, the Kyuubi said. As Hiruzen looked down shamefully. Naruto, Kushina was a previous host of the Kyuubi, and she was also a member of the Uzumaki clan. And your mother. My mother? You never told me you had previous containers. Let me speak to him now, said Naruto. Of course I did. 2 other containers. To be precise, Mito Uzumaki was the first, and your mother was the second. Mito was a worthy container and embodied everything about a Jinchuriki. You are very similar to her in some ways. Kushina, on the other hand, she was pacified and pathetic. She was fully corrupted by Konoha poison. I refuse to let it happen to you. You're going to be like Mito and rekindle the Uzumaki clan. Naruto, why didn't you tell me about your connection with the fox? We could have done something about it now. Its hold over you is too strong. I failed you just like I failed your father. My father? Who's my father? Said Naruto. He never trusted you, old man. The fox said, speaking to Hiruzen. Naruto, for the love of all things sacred, please fight off this control. That demon has destroyed everything it ever come in contact with. Mito destroyed herself chasing the Kyuubi lies. The fourth sacrificed himself, sealing the way into his only child. Sarutobi pleaded desperately. This news shocked the nearby Jonin of who Naruto really was. As the sound for looked shocked, Orochimaru's eyes widened. The yellow flash sun. As Uncle jaw dropped hearing that. The fourth Kage is my father, said Naruto. His tone full of disbelieving. I have had enough talking for one day. It's time for all of you to die. But as a courtesy for the kid, I'll kill this snake bitch first, said the Kyuubi, as he snapped his 2 red eyes toward the Sanin. Well, luckily for me, I got more than a few surprises left in me. Behold, the Hokages. Hoshirama and Tobirama appeared. As Orochimaru placed them under his control, they both looked at the fox concerned, as their body was forced to get into fighting stances. As the fox started to laugh. So you think they're gonna help you against me? Tobirama, kill him. As Orochimaru watched in shock as red chakra started to envelop the second Hokage, Orochimaru stepped back confused. That's impossible. What did you do? He's under my control, Orochimaru said. Tobirama flashed through Hansai before he released a torrent of jetted water towards Orochimaru. However, Hoshirama jumped in the way and blocked it with several trees. Finding the situation too much for him to handle right now, and not understanding half of damn what is going on. Retreat. Send out the call for a retreat, Orochimaru said, as Naruto saw a massive explosion as he felt Sasuke's chakra. Sasuke, I have to help her, he said. Give me back control. No, we have to finish this before the snake gets away. Screw him and screw this village. Now go back in your cage, said Naruto. The fox frowned as he was being pushed back as Naruto retook control. You're making a big mistake right now. The rooftop shattered as Naruto shot off towards the distance. Naruto wakes, Sarutobi yelled. As Orochimaru laughed. Looks like he's leaving you to die, old man. As a widespread battle broke out. As the first clashed against the second. Should we go after him, senpai? Asked Yamato. I don't know. The Hokage needs help still. Someone has to go and help Naruto. I'll help him. You two back up the Hokage, uncle said, as she dashed off before anyone could say anything. Sarutobi looked towards it too, reanimations in front of him. It figures things would end like this, he thought to himself. As he only had one choice here. As Orochimaru saw that look in the old man's eyes. No, he thought. Knowing that he was planning something stupid that would cost him his life. He was the one that wanted to kill him and break the will of fire. Meanwhile, as Naruto shot off towards the location as many more explosions went off. I can't believe you're going after the Uchiha girl. What is the point? Behind all of this, you do realize that you won't be able to kill Orochimaru now, for quite some time. What makes you think I can't kill him later, said Naruto. He's Slipper, and he preferred to fight from the shadows. This was really your one chance to kill him out in the open. Now he's probably gonna escape by the time you wrap up your little hero stunt. I thought we got past this already. What is your obsession with that Uchiha girl? Don't worry, Kyuubi. I haven't forgotten our talk. I have no false illusions of what this implies. I simply don't like the idea of that Gaara guy killing her. Do you see what was happening to him? That wasn't a bloodline or anything I've ever seen before. He has something inside of him, doesn't he? Said Naruto. Quite observant, yes. I put some thought into it. It was subtle at first, but there's no mistaking it now. He's a Jinchuriki of the Ichibai. How long have you suspected this? You know I would have liked to know sooner, said Naruto. I wasn't entirely sure until recently. Shikaku and I never really saw eye to eye. He's not very fond of me, so that might be why I didn't recognize him right away. As the fox chuckled as he recalled some distant memory. At any rate, if your suspicions prove correct, then we're better off pursuing this Gaara guy anyway, said Naruto. I can see why you would think that. Normally I would agree, but after what we just did, in front of Orochimaru and his minions, I doubt he would ever want to come near us ever again. How is that a bad thing though, said Naruto. It is one less headache we would prefer not to have looming over our heads. But alas, what is done now. Hopefully the path that you have chosen will play out in our favor. We'll see, I suppose. But what the hell is the deal with this Orochimaru guy? I mean, he used to be a Sannin, didn't he? What is our motive behind all of this? The fox huffed. To hell if I know. To hell if I care. He's not gonna want to fight me face to face now. I guess it's not really our problem. But something else is bothering me. How in the world did you resurrect the Hokages? Hell, was that even them? Hell, I'm not really sure, but I was able to seize control of it, Kyuubi said. How exactly did you do that anyway, said Naruto, as that scene replayed in his head. Tobirama did not take Mito as seriously as he should have. What the hell does Mito Uzumaki have to do with anything? You said that she was your first container. What does that have to do with the second Hokage? Unless, how did they both die? How did my mother become your second container? I promised I would answer your question, kid, but now is not the time or place. Fair enough, but you and I really need to talk about this. I mean, we're at the point now where there should be no secret between us. We'll finish this conversation later, the fox said, as Naruto felt a sense of relief. After hearing the Kyuubi agreement, a part of him was a lot shaken up by the recent happenings. The one thing on his mind mostly was, the fourth Hokage is my father, he thought. Meanwhile, Sasuke panted heavily as she dodged a massive sand claw from a transforming Gaara. The longer they were battling, the more misshapen that he became. His eyes were unnatural color and his body was under some metamorphosis. As Gaara was no joke in this state, as she dodged wave of sand, as she thought of a plan to take him down. Earlier, she tried to blow him up, however, the only thing it did was anger him even more. As the redhead created a massive sand dune to engulf her, she flashed two hand signs. Lightning release. Shidori Iso. As a blade of lightning was created and teared through Gaara's sand, tearing through his sand claw. As Gaara seemed surprised by that, the lightning then started to shot through it, causing the sand to lose shape. This move had been one of the top moves that she was saving to use against Naruto, but right now her life was in danger. As Gaara leaped back before he raised his fists, causing the sand around to lift up. However, she sliced right through it as she leaped towards him. She brought the Shidori spear down to try and pierce right through him, but his ultimate defense stopped the attack and captured her arm. Sand quickly rushed up her arm, trying to ensnare her once again. However, lightning exploded around her arm, breaking out of the sand. Right now she was under the impression that lightning would be more effective against Gaara-san. From her brief analysis of his fighting style, she realized that speed and penetration was the key to breaking through. Although with the more sand that he was creating, that was becoming more and more difficult to do. It appeared to be manifesting out of nowhere, causing her to question Gaara's powers even more. As she flipped away, dusting off the sand off her body, there was a brief silence before Gaara screamed, "Why won't you die?" As multiple sand claws started to shoot out of the sand dune that he stood upon. As they had quadrupled, causing her to bite her lip. It was getting harder and harder to keep up with this guy. He seemed to only be getting stronger and stronger, as she barely managed to dodge his brutal assault of sand before she drew her blade. This time she infused lightning into it, as she slashed it against the incoming sand claw. The blade carved through it like paper and the sand collapsed into a dune around her. Her success was short-lived though, as the sand around her feet started to swirl around her body in a spiral, as she was ensnared in a sand typhoon. This time she found it hard to move, let alone breathe. She grimaced in pain as Gaara, face curled up into a smile. "Die!" he yelled. Thinking fast, she tried to channel another lightning cloak around her body. It seemed partially affected as the lightning started to tremble and fall off. She channeled more, however Gaara decided to negate it by adding a colossal amount of sand, weighing her down. She started to gasp for air as the sand started to smother her in a coffin. Gaara clenched his fist as the sand started to compress. Deep inside the sand prison, she thought of any possible solution of getting out. A risky idea crossed her mind as she flexed her muscles intensely, as she channeled lightning in one hand and fire in the other. In a move of desperation, she charged as much shocker as she could into another body armor. Only this time it was half fire and half lightning. As the thing started to shot out of the sides, fire crystallizing and breaking through, lightning sputtering out. As the entire thing was set ablaze, Gaara seemed shocked by display as the thing exploded into a spear of burning sand. The smell was like an erupting volcano. As he scanned around for Sasuke, she was holding on to the tree, panting very heavily. Damn it, she thought. That took a lot more chocolate than I wanted to. How the hell am I supposed to fight this guy? He just keeps on going no matter what. Getting tired, Gaara said, a big grin on his face. She bit her lip as she got fully to her feet. "You wish. I'm just getting started," she said. But she was bluffing, because she was in a real bad spot. She honestly had no clue how to fight Gaara. All of her more powerful attacks, while effective, don't seem to do that much damage to him. No matter how much time she broke out of his defenses or destroyed his sand dunes, he just keep on coming. He also seemed to be regenerating somehow. If only my Sharingan was more powerful, she thought, as she locked dead glares with Gaara once more. "You have to die. You deserve to die. You need to die," said Gaara as he shot another barrage towards her. However, before any of them could hit, a massive torrent of water slammed into the sand wave. It quickly turned the entire battlefield into a muddy mess. Both Gaara and Sasuke looked shocked as Naruto appeared. He landed right next to Sasuke, who didn't know whether to feel relief or embarrassed. Gaara, on the other hand, was pissed that all of his sand was now a sludgy mud mess. "So," said Naruto, not looking back, "you're still alive, huh, Uchiha?" She bit her lip as she clenched her fists. "I can handle this. I don't need your help." "Shut up," said Naruto. "How do you even expect to kill your brother if you can't get past this guy?" "I had this under control. Why the hell are you even here?" she said. "I imagine that this is exactly how your fight with Itachi will end up as well. It's a shame too. You have much more potential than the other Jones around here," said Naruto. "How dare you say that to me?" she said. "If this is about earlier, then you can just forget it." "Oh, I already have. To be honest, I'm done being your doormat. In fact, I'm not even here for you. I'm here for him," said Naruto. Despite her brave appearance, Naruto's insult cut her deeply. Part of her hoping that he was here to save her, but she was wrong. She couldn't help but blame herself for the way that she reacted. However, to hide her insecurity, she quickly reverted to anger. "Why are you interfering in my fight? I have this under control. You have nothing under nothing," said Naruto. "Gaara isn't even at full power yet, and you're here, falling apart." "What do you mean he's not at full power?" she said. "What the hell is he? He's someone like me. This fight no longer concerns you. Now get out of here." "Someone like you? So what? You're telling me that he's some kind of monster too?" "Sasuke, get out of here," he yelled. She looked rather surprised by his aggressive tone, however Gaara looked at him with wide eyes, as he absorbed what Naruto just said. For some reason though, Sasuke felt like she was a child once again, getting scolded by her father. In a rare moment of disapproval she swung as she slapped Naruto across the face. As she raised her hand once again, but he spun and caught it as he squeezed her wrists, forcing her to her knee. Gaara simply stood as he watched both of them glaring at one another. She tried to stand up, but Naruto forcefully pushed her back down. She could barely believe that this was happening, as the both of them were ignoring the fact that Gaara was right there. I said, "Get out of here," said Naruto. "And go where?" she said, a saddened look on her face, as she felt rather pathetic in this. "Since when the hell do you need my advice?" said Naruto, as she looked away shamefully. "I can't let things end between us like this. He's the only good thing that has come in my life since I became a ninja," she thought to herself. I don't want to leave you." "What?" said Naruto. "I've been so pathetic, haven't I? You must think I'm a terrible person." Before Naruto could answer, though, Gaara started to laugh. "He thinks he's like me. You fool. No one can be like me," he said, as he started to raise the sand. "Wait, stop. You're a Jinchuriki, aren't you?" said Naruto. "You're another one, aren't you?" said Gaara. "Yes, I'm just like—" "No, you were sent to kill me." "No, as Gaara's eyes light up with madness, as he pulled more sand out of literally nowhere. Sasuke was confused. "Jinchuriki? What's a Jinchuriki?" Gaara flashed through hands and sand started to raise higher and higher and higher. As the both of them looked up, what the hell is going on, Kyuubi? Naruto thought. This is not good. He's trying to summon all of Shikaku's power. He's putting himself to sleep. Shikaku will gain full control of him now. Use the Mokuton against him. That should be enough to restrain him and wake him up. During this conversation, as one of Gaara's claws came down, however, Sasuke pushed him and tackled him out of the way. He glanced towards her, but he didn't have time to think about this though, as they jumped away, as the trees were obliterated. "What the hell is he?" Sasuke said. "You said he's like you. What exactly is a Jinchuriki?" "Tail beats containers. He has one tail, and I have the 9 tails," said Naruto, without looking back at her. "So," as the Tanuki looked down towards him, "you're the Kyuubi hosts. How the mighty have fallen. You're not so powerful, are you, fox?" said the Shikaku. "Rip him apart, kid. I will not suffer insults from that fool," the Kyuubi said in anger. However, Sasuke was going through a state of shock. "You're the container of the 9 tails? I thought the 4th defeated it though." As Naruto ignored her as he stepped forward, his entire body lit up with red chakra. She witnessed this earlier, but now she just recognized what it was. So Naruto can control the power of the fox. How much has he been holding back this entire time, she thought, as Naruto spread through hand signs. "Wood style," he said. Smothering, binding technique. Her jaw dropped as she watched him perform the legendary Mokuton. No way. Just how powerful has he become? As Naruto created a massive bind of woods that gripped and held Shikaku down. Shikaku roared as he tried to get out as they flashed. However, Naruto simply pumped more chakra and held him down. As Naruto gripped his hands together. "Wake Gaara up," he yelled. "It's the only way to stop him." As she focused on the forehead of Shikaku. That's right. He transformed after falling asleep. Shikaku held his head up as he started to channel chakra to his mouth. "You better do something fast. He's gonna obliterate the entire place. Give me control. I will stop him," said the fox. "No, not with Sasuke here," said Naruto, as he ripped his arm free of the wood prison, as he created a massive Rasengan, as he slammed it into Shikaku's face, messing with the creation of the tail beast ball. Sasuke leaped up as sand tentacles started to shot from his body, but she sliced right through them with her blade. As she leaped up, before she stabbed her blade down into his neck, channeling a large amount of lightning as the beast started to thrust around, giving Naruto enough time to get away from his Mokuton because the thing was unable to move for a few seconds, and the seconds were all Naruto needed. With a speed that shocked her as he moved, Naruto's fist made contact with Gaara's face, slamming him right out of the body of the Shikaku. They all fell down a bit lower as the body of Shikaku completely turned into sand. As Gaara woke up, looking around dazed, as Gaara only looked towards Naruto with shock. "You really were the best. I guess it's time for me to die," he said. "I'm not gonna kill you." "Why would I kill a fellow Jinchuriki?" said Naruto. "So you really are just like me." Naruto Uzumaki, said Gaara as he looked towards him. Before they could say anything else though, they spotted a defeated conqueror coming, holding his side, and a grief-stricken Temari. They appeared to be in a state of disbelief that Gaara was defeated. As Naruto walked over, they thought that he was, however, Naruto grabbed Gaara by the back of his shirt and simply brought him over toward his siblings. "You're really not gonna kill me," said Gaara. At the moment, he could not fight back. After just transforming, he did not have the proper stamina or the strength to do so. "There's only a few of us Jinjulkis in the world. We should look out for one another," said Naruto. Temari and Conqueror looked towards him fearfully, as both of them were confused, and he handed Gaara back to them. As he started to walk, "Hey, wait," said Temari. "What?" said Naruto. "Why?" she said. "Why are you doing this? He does deserve to die. It's not our fault that we become Jinjulki, and I don't wish to see any of my fellow Jinjulkis die." Gaara was shocked by this action, as his sister started to cry and hugged him. As he was more shocked by that, as he felt a hand on his shoulder, and he saw that it was his brother. "We attacked your village though," said Kankuro. "Don't you want us dead?" As he found the non-aggression from the blonde strange. "I'm no longer a member of this village. You're not my enemy," said Naruto, as he reached up and took off his headband. Sasuke, who had made it over to the scene, was shocked. In the academy, that was all what he wanted the headband to pass. He always wanted that, but now he took it off, and he threw it down to the ground. "Why?" said Gaara. "What is the meaning of this?" Temari was confused as well. "You're turning again to your village," she said. "Do you want us to think I care about this village? Well, no. I've been waiting for something like this to happen for a long while, to give me an excuse to leave. So thanks," said Naruto. As Sasuke stepped up, "You're not honestly gonna spear them, are you?" she asked. As Naruto turned, just out of curiosity, "Why did you guys attack us? What is your connection with Orochimaru?" Kankuro looked down shamefully. "He tricked us. He assassinated our Kazekage, and is pretending to be him this entire time. Our father is dead now and our forces have retreated." "Wait, you're the Kazekage kids?" Sasuke said. "If you're leaving," said Temari. "Where are you going?" she asked. "Rather curious, aren't you, Pigtails?" said Naruto. "Sorry, but you can't come along," he said. "Hey," she said, "don't get the wrong idea. We're grateful for what you're doing, but don't misunderstand what I'm saying." As Naruto merely smirked, trying to change the depressing mood. Who could misunderstand such an exotic beauty like you? Sasuke was rather jealous by that comment, as she saw Temari trying not to make eye contact with Naruto. "You three should go, before other Konoha shinobis get here," said Sasuke. Temari looked away with a shameful blush. "Yeah, we were just leaving. Maybe we'll see you around, Naruto. That is if you come to visit the stand," she said. As with that, they took off. "So you think she's beautiful?" Sasuke said, glancing over towards Naruto. "I was just joking. Not that it really concerns you anyway," said Naruto, as she looked down. About what I said." "I'm sorry," she said, as he looked at her. "Yeah, it's alright," he said. "You were right anyways." I was? About what?" "You have been pathetic," said Naruto. "I don't know what your deal is, but you've made it rather clear how you felt about us." As she looked away. "Tell me," she said, as she turned back. "How long were you going to keep this Jinjulki thing away from me?" "I had hoped indefinitely, but I guess it doesn't really matter now, since we're going our separate ways. You don't seem as repulsed as most people get when they find out." "I don't give a damn about that. I want to know where you're going, and why are you becoming a missing nin? Surely it has more to do with than you just being some kind of tail-beast person," she said. "It's personal stuff. This village destroyed the Uzumaki clan. I'm going to find the survivors." "What? They destroyed your clan?" "Yeah, it's kind of a long story. A lot of it has to do with the Kyuubi though." "You were smart to reject me," he said. "It was selfish of me to involve you in my chaotic life." As he turned and started to walk away. "Wait." As he turned, she took off her headband and threw it away. "I'm coming with you." As Naruto was shocked. "Why? I thought..." However, she rushed towards him and locked lips with him, cutting him off. This one was less aggressive and more on the passionate side. It took them a while for them to break apart, as Naruto was confused. "But what about all that stuff that you said?" I know," she said. "It's just really hard for me. But you've been so patient and understanding through my fits." "I've been a real bitch, haven't I?" she said. "Yeah," said Naruto, "you sure have." As he chuckled a bit at that. "Well, I don't really know how these relationship thing works. However, as long as we're together, I think we'll be fine. I mean, if you're okay with this, she said. I don't want you to be pressured into this either, said Naruto. Or feel like I'm trying to pressure you into this. So let's just take things slow and see how things work out. As she nodded in approval. Hey, by the way, did you seriously? You smoked it on earlier, she asked. As she sounded rather excited. Yeah, I did. So I guess that is what all of that secret training was about, huh? Jeez. Have any other secret up your sleeve, she asked. Probably, but we should get out of here if we're gonna dodge patrols. Where exactly are we gonna go, she said. As Naruto thought about the letter that he received not too long ago. I wonder if I should go to one of these ninja villages to find the remnants of the Uzumaki clans. The letter said a lot of them is in the Hidden Stone. I imagine that's a good place to start. The letter said that you're all scattered over the place, said Kyuubi. Let's just head north for now until I can plot a course for the Hidden Stone, but first, I have to swing by my apartment and grab some stuff. The Hidden Stone? Why, she said. I'll explain to you later. First, we need to get out of here before someone shows up, he said. Several small-scale battles were still going on between Zone Jonins and the village Jonins as well, as they made their way through the war-torn city. Why are we going through the village, she said. Someone will notice us without our headbands. I know, Sasuke, but there's something. I have to get from my apartment, he said. What is it, she said. My clan bloodline scroll. As the two landed on his balcony, his apartment was unscathed, much to his amusement, as he found it rather ironic. Your clan bloodline? What's that, she said. As Naruto dug through his apartment packing things, storing them away in scrolls, as he reached under the bed and pulled the chest. As he pulled the scroll and handed it to her. My clan bloodline are lava and boil. As she looked over said scroll. You can do these stuff as well? Not all of it. I've just scratched the surface, he said. Still, that scroll is an heirloom from my clan. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands. Where did you get it, she said, as they made their way towards the apartment door. I'll fill you in later, but first, we need to get out of here. However, someone was there standing. It was Hinata. Naruto-kun, she said. Are you okay? Everyone is out looking for you. As she quickly took notice of Sasuke behind him, her eyes widened in disbelief. As Hinata realized that neither one of them was wearing headbands, and Naruto was packed with gear. Before she had any time to react, Naruto placed a hand over her mouth and pulled her inside. Hinata, what are you doing here? As she flinched a bit as she twiddled her thumbs. I'm sorry, she said. Sasuke didn't look pleased by the girl's presence. As she looked down sadly. You're leaving, she said. Yes. We're leaving, said Naruto. I never thought that you would leave Konoha, she said. As she started to cry before he could respond. Naruto was confused. What's wrong, Hinata? Why are you crying? Why are you leaving now, she said. Naruto, we don't have time for this. Knock her out so that we can go, said Sasuke. Why are you upset, Hinata? Was a battle that scary for you? And did you say everyone was looking for me? Why is that? She looked up, tears in her eyes. I heard my father talking about you. With your fight with Neji and with Orochimaru. So you know about the Kyuubi then, said Naruto. I'm sure the whole village must be after me for that by now, he said. What exactly happened, Sasuke said, cutting in. I used the power of the Kyuubi and scared half of the village or something, he said. The Hokage is dead, said Hinata. As Naruto was shocked by this news, part of him did not care for how the old man schemed and lied to him. However, it was still a shocking news. Nevertheless, he sighed. That's not my problem anymore. Sasuke and I are out of here. I've got nothing against you or your clan, Hinata, but I say, to hell with Konoha. She looked like she just saw a ghost. You don't mean that, she said. We're leaving, Hinata, sorry. I never got to know you better. As he followed Sasuke towards the balcony door. However, much to their surprise, the girl rushed up towards them. Wait, I want to come, she said. Both of them looked towards her, shocked. Are you serious? Aren't you a clan heiress, he said. She nervously shuffled back in front. I would go for you, Naruto-kun, she said. Sasuke crossed her arms in disapproval, however Naruto raised eyebrow. You do realize that we're becoming missing names, right? I know, and I don't care, she said. I'm so tired living like this. I am so weak and nothing ever good happens in my life. I am a disgrace to my clan and they wouldn't even miss me, she said. You think following me is gonna make your life any better? As she nodded her head, yes. Would you please train me, she said. As she looked right in his eyes with her big, watery, teary eyes. As Naruto looked back towards Sasuke. You seriously can't be considering this. She's gonna slow us down. She's got potential, said Naruto Plus. We're gonna need all the allies that we can get on the run. As Naruto turned back towards Hinata. Alright, he said. You can come with us. Her face lighted up hearing that. As the necklace around Naruto's neck started to surge with chakra. Come on this way, he said. The necklace was a real big help as they made their way through the village, dodging civilians and ninjas. Thankfully, the widespread chaos they could slip through without most people noticing. However, as they left through the gates, there was a signature coming on the opposite way. Shit. As a person appeared in front of them. Tis, tis, tis. And where do you three think you're going? The voice said. As Naruto looked up. Hey, I know you. You're that woman from the gate, said Sasuke at the Chunin exams. Uncle licked her lips. Yes, that would be me. None other than the infamous Uncle Midarashi. Hinata seemed nervous as she looked towards the woman. Uncle noticed that as she noticed the other two. Are you too seriously thinking about leaving the village? Don't try to stop me, woman, said Naruto. I'm pretty sure you saw what I did to Orochimaru. However, this seemed to excite her. Oh, I love a tough guy, she said. You're quite the bad boy, aren't you, Naruto-chan, she said. Sasuke draw her blade. If he doesn't kill you, I will. We're leaving Konoha. Don't try to stop us. As Uncle sighed, she looked towards the village behind them, you know. I can't really blame you for leaving, kid, she said. I wouldn't want to support a village that destroyed my clan either. They were surprised by that, but Hinata was more shocked. Naruto-kan, Konoha destroyed your clan? How did you know that? Said Naruto. They told me when I went on an envoy mission, seriously. I'm not here to stop you. I figure though, that this is what you would do. But seems you got a little help. Good luck on your journey. And be careful, she said. Thanks, said Naruto, a bit surprised. As she let them pass. As Naruto glanced back towards her. As she started to walk down the trail, covering the tracks. I wonder if I'll ever see them again, she thought to herself. Time skip. As the three made their way towards the north. Naruto was thinking about the unexpected Hinata arrival. I still can't believe that she wants to leave with me. Sasuke either, he thought to himself. I did not see this occurrence. The Hyuga girl seemed most loyal, and would prove useful. But you should always stay alert around the Uchiha girl. We cannot forget about her seal. Yeah, we need to do something about that in the not too distant future, said Naruto. The three of them traveled for the better part of a day, straight, as Naruto was surprised by Hinata's stamina. He assumed that she was going to tire much sooner than she actually did. As the three finally stopped for night, they stopped camp, in a small cave. There hadn't been much conversation, so far, as Naruto wasn't sure if it was from exhaustion, homesickness, or awkwardness. As he was the first one to break the silence, so Hinata. I'm surprised that you decided to come with us. You said you want me to train you. As she nodded, yes, Naruto-kan, she said. Just so you know, I don't think you're a monster, she said. Her word altered the atmosphere of the group as Naruto gave her a smile. Thanks, Hinata, he said. I didn't expect someone normal like you to understand. Normal like me, she said. Not that I'm saying that you're not special or anything, you're really calm and nice, said Naruto. Not at all what I expect a Hyuga to be like, let alone the heir to the clan. I'm surprised you don't act like that Neji guy. Sasuke huffed in approval. She was clearly not happy about this new girl tagging along, but she kept it to herself. Hey kid, just so you know, the Hidden Stone will try to take advantage of you, all of you. So when you get there, don't try to associate with the village leaders or high-ranking ninjas. Just try to find the Uzumakis first. As Naruto agreed, Hinata answered his question. I've never been very confident, she said. I'm not as talented as my cousin or sister, and they don't really take me seriously. Don't worry about it, Hinata, said Naruto. You're a good person, one of the few I know. If you stick with Sasuke and me, you're bound to get stronger and more confident. As she lightened up at his confidence in her, as she blushed a bit, Sasuke cleared her throat. So you said you want to go to the Hidden Stone. Why, she said. My clan has some survivors there. I want to gather them up, he said. So you want to rebuild your clan, she said. Interested in that. As she nodded, just so you know, I have my own priorities out here as well. If I find out any news about Itachi, I'm going to follow it up with or without you, she said. Fair enough, said Naruto. It shouldn't be much of a problem today though. We made quite a distance. You girls should get some sleep. I'll take the first watch. As they both curled up on their own side against the fire, it didn't take long for them to fall asleep. I guess they were both more tired than I thought. Alright, now that we're alone, how about you tell me more about Mito Uzumaki, said Naruto. You should come inside for this. As Naruto arrived in his mindscape. It's been many years since you last stood here. You were so weak back then. Do you remember, the fox said. It seems like another lifetime ago, Naruto said. "Come into the cage. There's someone I wanted to meet," said the Kyuubi. "What? They can't come out here," said Naruto. "No, they're tied to me, and I'm sealed behind these bars," said the Kyuubi. As Naruto stepped inside, without a care in the world, the entire place went red with blood, red light. As Naruto saw a shadowy figure stepping from the darkness, she had a chain that was streaming chakra between her and the fox. As Naruto looked at her with shock, "No way. Kid, I wanted to meet Mito Uzumaki." The woman's eyes were blood red with slits, and they had this killer intent to them. "What the hell is this? What is she doing inside your cage?" As the fox grinned, this was a rather interesting side effect, courtesy of Mito's sealing abilities. "So let me get this straight, she sealed herself inside of you. Or a part of you. How exactly is she even aware or alive?" said Naruto. As she looked him up and down. "So he's the one you spoke of? My descendant," she said. "Yes, he's the one. I've been molding him to reclaim the clan legacy." "So he's the one, Kushina's son." "He's blonde," she said. "You don't look like a pure blood Uzumaki to me." As she walked around him, examining him. Just then something strange happened. Naruto heard a voice in his head. That was strange as hell because he was already inside of his head. However, the other two seemed to not have heard it. "You have fallen victim to a terrible fate. To be a pawn in their latest scheme. You have no idea what they have in store for you." As Naruto snapped his gaze around, as Mito noticed that. "What are you doing?" "Is there someone else here?" he asked. As they looked at him strangely. However, he decided not to focus on that right now, as he took in Mito's appearance. She had a certain presence about her from what he could guess. The way she dressed, as she fancied herself some kind of royalty. As her hair was different from the portrait, her hair was flowing down red, and her eyes were just like Kyuubi's, and she also seemed much more feral, her claws and nails. She also had similar whisker marks like him, and her fangs were sharp as well. As if she could read his mind, she laughed. "Am I everything you thought I would be, kid?" she said. "Well, you don't look the same as your portrait." As she laughed. "That portrait was done when I was still married," she said. "There's a lot for you to learn, a lot for you to know, and I intend to enlighten you on what is going on," she said, as she gave him the strangest look. However, Naruto was ready to listen. However, that voice that spoke was still on his mind, as he had no idea who or what said that. But guys, be and subscribe right here for what's the next person do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends, your social media platform. But I'm over now, see you guys soon. Peace, guys.